Hello everyone, today I want to talk about Mediterranean diet and why it is so good. I actually have been following the diet since the past 6 months now, so I'm quite an expert in this and I want to share the knowledge with everyone. So let's get started. And yeah, so since I'm such an expert, I decided I'll just go ahead and ask ChatGPT what it thinks is Mediterranean diet. So the first thing it pointed out is you should incorporate a lot of vegetables like tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, eggplants, zucchini, onions, leafy, greeny vegetables like spinach and kale. So yes, this is absolutely true. You should add a lot of different varieties of vegetables in your Mediterranean diet. Make sure there are a lot of colors. Basically, there's tomatoes, onions. I eat these pretty much every day. Cucumbers, and then spinach and leafy vegetable lettuce or something. So, make sure you incorporate a lot of vegetables. That's like the backbone of the Mediterranean diet. You can eat them raw or you can cook them and eat them. If you're cooking them, make sure to avoid oil. If you're using oil, the second point is to not use vegetable oil, use olive oil. Since it is like the primary fat source in any Mediterranean diet, so no vegetable oil, go with olive oil only. Extra virgin olive oil specifically, because usually if you say olive oil, it's just mixed with some other vegetable oil, and then it's just like it doesn't give you all the benefits. So make sure it's extra virgin or like at least virgin olive oil. And if you are eating it as raw as a salad, make sure you do not add a lot of dressings or anything on it. If you are adding a dressing, make sure it is something like olive oil, or try to limit your dressings as much as possible so that it doesn't defeat the purpose of eating like a lot of veggies and then you're just splattering all the Caesar on it. So yeah, a lot of veggies. Next is fruits. So the examples here are oranges, lemons, grapefruit, apples, pears, bananas, berries, and grapes. So all of these are great. Berries specifically, I love berries, so make sure you add a lot of berries, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, pomegranates. They are very rich in antioxidants, so make sure you incorporate a lot of berries. With other fruits, make sure you eat a lot of them, but do not overeat those, because unlike vegetables, with fruits you have a little higher level of sugar content, so make sure you limit your fruit intake, especially the super sugary ones like grapes or something, because you do not want to go overboard with those. And also with fruits, there are you could get like dried fruits. The problem I have with dried fruits is those are like super dried, so they do not give you all of the essential nutrients. So all of the water content and everything is removed anyway, so it's not as healthy. And same with juice or something, because most of the juices anyways will have a lot of sugar anyways with them. Just go with whole fruits. With berries, I would say you could go with regular berries or frozen berries. Frozen berries are like completely fine, and they are a very good option if you want to make smoothies or something with them. The third thing is whole grains. So there's brown rice, quinoa, whole grain bread, whole wheat pasta, and oats. Oats are like super healthy, so make sure you start your day with oats or something instead of going with regular cereals. Whole wheat pasta is a pretty good alternative to regular pasta, and it's much more healthier. Whole grain bread is just try to avoid bread at all costs. Like bread is usually super harmful, so try to go with whole grain bread, or like try to go with bread which is like sourdough bread or something, which has been fermented in a way that isn't artificial or like in labs or something. Just go with the natural fermentation of bread. Quinoa is super healthy, and then brown rice. There's some debate around brown rice and white rice, which one is like more healthier, just because of the arsenic content and some other contaminants that are present in brown rice that are removed during refining. So This one is, I'd say it's your choice. Go with brown or white because a lot of the healthy countries in the world, like Japan and places, they have been eating refined rice for ages now, and their health is like in super good shape. So, um, white rice, refined rice is not as bad, but make sure to incorporate a lot of whole grains in other aspects of your diet. Then next we have legumes, which includes chickpeas, lentils, beans, and peas. All of these are like very good sources of protein, so you won't be missing out on proteins if you follow Mediterranean diet, and they are like super healthy as well. Specifically with beans, I'd say beans or peas. You get a lot of canned food with these. Make sure to avoid those because usually they'll have a lot of water with salt added to them, and that's to increase the shelf life, but then that makes it really unhealthy as well. Next we have nuts and seeds. So we have almonds, walnuts, hazelnuts, pistachios, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds. So nuts and seeds, there are like so many options. Just instead of having snacking on like chips or something like that, just go ahead and incorporate nuts or seeds into your diet. You'll be like much more healthier. Next we have fish and seafood that includes salmon, tuna, shrimp, and mussels. So go ahead with any fishes or like shellfish. Make sure that you have just wild caught fishes and not like farm raised or like farm caught fishes. So these would be like Atlantic fishes, or like specifically they have mentioned like farm raised or farm caught fishes. So these are like usually grown inside farms, and these are not as healthy as the wild caught fishes. Avoid them. Just go with wild caught fishes, wild caught tuna or wild caught salmon. Next, we have poultry and eggs. These would be chicken, turkey, and eggs. With poultry and eggs, they're usually healthy. Just try to limit the intake of poultry and eggs, especially like if you're going working out a lot and doing a lot of these things. Make sure you get your proteins from regular legumes and beans and stuff as well. With chicken, turkey, all of these things, make sure you do not have a lot of seasoning added to them because that will again then defeat the purpose. So try to limit the seasoning or oils that you are using for cooking all of these meats. Try to avoid red meats, I'd say, like completely, because they are quite well-known carcinogens at this point. Dairy products, Greek yogurt, feta cheese, and other cheeses. You can eat these in moderation. Milk as well. With yogurts and milk, I'd say avoid the flavored ones because the flavored ones usually have a lot of sugar content in them, like strawberry yogurt or chocolate milk and all of these things. They have a lot of sugar with them, so just go for like plain milk or plain yogurt. You can have like plain yogurt with added fruits in them, so those are fine. But if you go for like strawberry flavored or vanilla flavored yogurt, those are like a lot of sugar with them. With milk, you have a lot of different options. You have like animal based and plant based. There's not a lot of difference between the animal based ones. You can have like full fat or like 2% or 1%. There's not a lot of difference with any of them, so just go with whichever tastes the best for you. With plant-based, you can have a lot of options: almond, soy, rice, or oat milks. Just make sure to go ahead with unflavored ones, because flavored ones, let's say vanilla flavored almond milk or vanilla flavored soy milk, will have a lot of sugar again added to them, so just go for the unflavored ones. But all of these are completely fine. There's not a lot of difference between them, and they are all very good option if you are like lactose intolerant. And then we have herbs and spices. So use herbs and spices like garlic, basil, oregano, thyme, rosemary, and sage instead of salt or sugar. So just reduce the amount of processed foods and processed sugar that you're intaking, and just go for like these natural herbs and spices in your while cooking. And then sometimes red wine does get added into the Mediterranean diet. It's usually there for people who drink a lot or have been drinking for a long time and they want to cut back on it. That's specifically for people who have been drinking in the past. If you haven't been drinking, there's no need to get started with it. Just to follow this particular diet. Yeah, so that was my review of the Mediterranean diet. See you next time.